Today on the Mike O'Mara Show.
And he says, and how many vents do you have in your house? I said, 350.
Florida, my Florida. The Civil War and slavery never happened. Florida, my Florida. Hide your gun inside your jacket. So look.
Marco, how old are you?
19.
Okay, 19. When's the last time you talked on the phone?
Oh, you were right about this hearing your voice for the first time thing, actually. But
are you experiencing it right now?
Yeah. Big time.
All that and more. The Mike O'Mara Show starts now. Mike O'Mara, radio entertainment. You can listen to the Mike O'Mara Show at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Let's get started.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show with Mike O'Mara, Oscar Santana, and Robb Spiewak. Now, here's Mike.
Hi, everybody. I'm Mike O'Mara, cell phone plan expert. We are greeting you from great cities, California, Maryland, San Antonio, Texas. Something's wrong with these new glasses.
Are they dirty?
No, I just can't see out of them. Oh, there we go. California, Maryland, San Antonio, Texas.
Are they progressives?
They're all progressives that I wear.
Oh, okay.
Rain, Louisiana, Frog City, Rhode Island, frogs. Rimini, Italy.
Yes.
Toledo, Ohio, which is the glass capital of the world. We're on the air and glad to have you along. I am here to tell you many tips from many people across many jurisdictions in many parts of the world and many. I'm really happy to say that I think I've settled on something. I think we are going to be popping over to the T-Mobile store.
Nice.
Was that because of Zoolander's post?
I didn't see Zoolander's post.
Zoolander said T-Mobile was the way to go, I believe.
Well,
that's
we're
what
going over today. However, T-Mobile, all right? And I haven't even signed up for you, to you.
Oh, you're speaking directly to them now?
T-Mobile, when you put an online ad in and you fill out all the information online, and then you have an option as to whether you are going to finish online or go into the store, I don't think it's a good idea to lay those direct phone calls on me from Bangladesh. I don't care for it. I don't like it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, don't put your number in anywhere.
I'm already telling you I'm going to do this, and I want to go in and talk to the guy at one of your many retail outlets. I don't want to have the conversation because I've already told you I didn't want it, and I was done for the evening. And especially when I say we're planning on going to the store, and your person on the phone, because I guess they're going to get some sort of silly commission, says to me, well, you'll probably get better rates if you deal with me. That's not kosher, and that's not a good first taste.
They had a big fish on the line, Mike. They weren't going to let it go.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't care
I had a very successful encounter with a telemarketer yesterday. It rang up with a local number, so I didn't expect it
That's
to
how
be.
they get you.
Yeah, it was.
That is how they get you.
It was literally Vienna, Virginia. So I said, this could be someone from high school. I don't know. So I answered
This
it.
could be somebody that lives in a tan building.
From high school.
Yeah, so I pick it up.
They remember me. They're calling.
Finally, it's really starting to happen to me now. So I pick up, and they were talking about how they're going to be in my neighborhood for duct cleaning and vent cleaning and dryer cleaning. We talked about it on the show.
This is the second time we've talked about that on the show this week.
And I said, oh, okay. And I had a moment. I said, great. I'm glad you called. And they said, what is your address? I said, well, if you're in my neighborhood, you probably know my address.
Nice.
And then they said, well, for paperwork, I need your address. I said, okay, it's 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue Northwest.
Did you really do that? You didn't record it?
No, I didn't because it was an unexpected call. I didn't have the
local.
And it was the whole thing was quick. And then there was a pause, and he says, and how many vents do you have in your house? I said, 350. And he says, 1600. You are living at the White House?
Did he really say that?
I said, yes, I work for the president.
Yeah.
And he says, but where do you live? I said, I don't know if you know this, but if you work for the president, you have to live there. Yeah.
There's a West Wing.
This is good even without the recording. I like that this happened.
And he says, and so you are working and living with the president. I said, yes, and that's BIDEN. He said, we will call you, and he didn't even get to the A and back.
Oscar, I think that tells us our boy may be fully recovered,
yes.
don't you think? I think that means he's fully back.
350 vents.
Funny.
I think that's probably right for the White House.
350 vents. That's awesome. Oh, hey, speaking of direct marketing,
Yeah.
my daughter has moved from the service industry to the world of sales, and I believe she's doing something in a marketing capacity. She was trying to explain it. I didn't really register
Cold calling?
all of it, but maybe in a way,
What's
kind
the
of
product?
doing that. She works for major big telephone and big airline and several big companies.
Okay.
I think that some of the biggies
So they
like Verizon
source it out
and
to them?
Frontier Airlines and
Utility.
things like that. I don't know what the... I don't think it's Miss Utility.
Mike,
but
before
she
you
was doing
dig,
that.
call us.
Yeah. So it's off to today, Mrs. O'Mara and I, with our 4 phones, one for her business, one for my son, and one for me. We are off to the store.
Do you have an appointment, or are you just going to show up?
We're just going to show up.
I have a recommendation.
But I'm in their system, and if they don't have me in their system, I'm going to walk right out.
Stomp
because
out.
I filled out all that paperwork last
Mike,
night.
I want you to show up with all 4 phones in a Ziploc bag, one Ziploc bag. And when they say, how about your plan, open it and dump it on the counter.
Right.
You just say,
well,
fix
no,
it.
I'm not going to do that, Rob. I don't need to take the time to do that, but I will be wearing a cape.
Something ermine lined?
I just, no, more like, you know, when you would see the old capes that they would wear with the top hats, you know?
Oh,
and
yeah.
just,
Like
and then I'm
formal,
gonna
true
walk in.
formal wear. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I will walk in, and at the top of my lungs, but low and and cool, I'll say hello.
Yes.
And
and they'll
we'll see
start,
what happens.
They're going to make it rain, Mike. They'll give you all that money.
Yeah,
Can
so I
you
don't know.
still
I
get
mean,
the iPhone 13? I don't think you can. Not at
I
T-Mobile.
don't think. Okay, here's what I did. I'm happy with. Look, I can deal with my phone. I'm
Right.
fine with my phone. My wife's fine with her phone and her work phone, and my son does not get a vote.
Yeah.
So we are.
He has a flip phone, right?
No, he's got a tiny little phone.
Okay.
And that's good
All right.
enough for him. And so I don't want to mess with phones because that's how they get you. I don't want them to
that
get.
is
Get
how they
ready.
get
They
you.
will pull that on you.
But I think they offer a buyout for your, like, if there's anything we owe on phones
Mm-hmm.
to the other guys, they're going to do that. I don't know. I'll find all of it.
Do you get to keep your number?
Yes.
Good.
All of them.
Good.
All of the numbers.
Yeah, you never know if someone from high school is going to call you.
Yes.
Yeah,
and it could be
exactly.
someone that wants to suck your vents.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Correct.
man. Absolutely.
Oh, speaking
That
of
would
which,
be
Mike,
exciting.
you make sure before you go, you run a backup of your phone to your computer, lest you lose your contacts. This can happen.
Don't make me do that, Rob. I'm not.
Okay, well, I mean,
Yeah, then you want to be able to call us.
yeah. Okay by me. Mike, it's a matter of plugging it into your phone and plugging it into your computer. That's it. It'll take care of itself.
I don't want to back up.
You made me late enough. But my father
You,
recently...
you actually don't even have to plug in anymore. Just back up to the cloud.
I think I've already backed it up.
Yeah.
I got
All right.
the cloud or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
La Nuvie.
With that.
Yeah, my father
So,
lost about 10 years of contacts the
Yeah.
last time he did his phone. It was very much a drag.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
And pictures. Oh, my God, Mike, the pictures. You don't
Well,
wanna
I've got
lose-
He's got the
Look,
cloud. He's fine.
The
He's
cloud.
fine.
I don't do well with the cloud.
I
don't
hate
do
the
well.
cloud.
So what
It's
I have
automatic.
what I have on my phone and what I have on my computer are two totally different things.
Oh, that's not good.
that's not good.
You don't have the cloud.
You don't have the cloud then.
I do have the.
No. It should all be the same if you're on the cloud.
It's so
Pony, what do you know about the cloud? Here we go.
He's probably near the cloud, but he's not in the cloud.
Got it.
Is it perfectly sunny where he's at? There's no
Probably,
clouds?
yeah.
Mhm.
With
All
the,
right, let me go.
with the chance
I've
of
got it right in front of
meatballs.
me. Got one of my
Definitely.
many. I got one of my many computers.
Yes. I know you have stacks of them.
Stacks and stacks.
No, I have a lot of
wax.
computers. So I'm going to go to Photos Library.
Yes.
Excellent.
That's a great
I'm
place to
opening
be.
that right now.
I hope there's pictures of us,
And-
Oscar.
Mike is actually much more technically savvy than most people.
Give him
No,
credit
this
for it?
is a
Not-
photo.
Yeah.
This is a photo.
What?
The last photograph
Yes.
that I took that is on my computer
Yes.
is dated August 28th, 2017.
Yeah.
So you're good from 2017 earlier. Have you backed up the photo of Mrs. Kennedy reaching for the back of the car? The one that you took?
See,
20. What was?
so it doesn't happen over
It's
the years.
pre-pandemic.
Way pre-pandemic.
We know that.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen. It's not happening.
What were we doing in 2017? Let me look at my photo.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Okay,
That's not the
Casey.
last one
What
I
do we got?
Casey.
Back in 2017.
2017.
This was April 24th, 2022.
Oh, that's more
I
recent.
took a picture of Carla's insurance card. So
Sexy.
that was there. And then
All right, in 2017.
Yeah.
Oh, Sebastian was born in my life.
That's very sweat.
Gary Stein was still, here.
Gary Stein was born?
Yeah, Gary Stein was born.
I never hear from Tony Perkins anymore.
I talked to Tony like 2 weeks ago.
Why doesn't Tony ever say hi anymore to me?
Very busy.
Like
He doesn't want anything.
No,
That's what it is.
Oh,
to have friends, you have to be a friend.
That seems to be the theme of 2023.
I have Clinton Yates from ESPN on my phone, and Dominique and Mina Kimes when we went to Bristol.
Yes.
That was fun.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Oscar. That was fun.
That was it. I have, nice. Trip to Arizona. Way overdue.
You do that fairly
Phoenix,
often,
Arizona.
huh?
We had the cat, condo.
I remember that.
See, right on our roof. Man, that was a good year.
In 2017,
skinnier.
Julia had yellow hair.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I have the show is literally
It's okay.
stopped.
I graduated from business school.
In 2017,
I was married in 2017. Whoa.
In 2017, I just have pictures and pictures of drinks.
Have you ever looked?
How is there a picture on my phone that I know nothing about?
Oh, I sent that to you. It's a tasteful
it's a
nude.
picture. It appears to be a picture at my kid's school, and like a zillion of them of this this family fun night, which was last night, 2 nights ago,
And
I think
Oscar, that's 2017.
That's one. Look at Angie.
Oh, you know what?
What?
There's a picture of my hive.
Oh, that's
I'll show it
good.
to you.
That's going to go viral.
You want to see a picture of my hive?
I've got
for my allergic reaction. You're gonna love this. I'm gonna zoom in on this one for you.
God.
Okay,
I
here
thought
we
you
go.
meant like a
Hold on.
beehive.
No.
Yeah, there we go.
There we go.
Ah.
Come on, focus. Wait. There we go.
Oh,
There.
we saw
We saw it just enough, yeah.
Whoa.
Oh, that's a great hive,
yeah,
Mike.
That's a well, that's a lot going on.
Who wouldn't want to that guy?
Oh my god.
Anyway. I'm sorry, I have to be
Mike,
honest.
Carla's so lucky.
We have two running themes in 2023 is if you want to be a friend, have a friend.
Yeah.
And
Right.
who wants to have that guy?
There are a bunch of watch pictures because I could not see the writing on the batteries.
I've done that.
So I had to take a picture of them and zoom in, and it still didn't work that well. Oh, by the way, I was such an idiot when I went to buy watch batteries. I bought hearing aid batteries.
Huh?
Because I'm an idiot.
Good job,
That's the way
Grandpa.
that goes. Yeah.
Did you get the
See, I'm
yellow
just doing
hearing
that
aid
right there.
batteries?
I'm trying to look in on it. Yeah, now I'm doing it by video. Yeah.
I remember when we went up to
I got to get back on the golf course. I really do.
When we drove up to Carteret, New Jersey, it was my dad and all of his uncles and brothers, my uncles, his brothers at the time, and we were driving up, we were in the Tahoe, we went to Carteret, and we got to the cemetery too early. The priest from Central Casting wasn't there yet. And so we went to the drugstore and my father started changing hearing aid batteries for all his older brothers. He said,
Isn't that
"What
lovely?
are you?" He said, "What are you, yellow? You yellow?
Yeah.
Yellow?" And he went and bought an 8-pack of yellow hearing aid batteries. And
That's beautiful.
It was beautiful.
That brings tears to my eyes,
Yes.
that story. That's fantastic.
And
I wanna
amazingly,
speak-
they're all dead except for my father now. Coincidence?
I want to talk about something at the beginning of the show here. Florida, my Florida. You know
love
my
your-
favorite song,
Love
right?
your town.
Florida, my Florida. The Civil War and slavery never happened. Florida, my Florida. Hide your gun inside your jacket. So look, 2 things are happening in my great state of Florida. The 2 things that are happening are the one that was on the news last night, that apparently it's a slam dunk where you'll be able to carry a gun in Florida without a concealed carry permit. And then
Mike, congratulations. I know you've been lobbying for years. This must feel great.
I'm very excited about it.
What does this mean for the layman?
What it means for the layman is,
Look
as
out.
opposed to going for, you're moving further away from any type of regulatory agency supervising how guns are, So bottom line is you don't need a permit. So you can buy your gun. You can't wear a holster. You can't open carry it like a cowboy, but you can keep it with you. And you don't need a special permit.
Now, hold on. Maybe I'm naive and maybe I'm a rube, but wouldn't it be safer to open carry than concealed carry? Because at least you know who has a gun at that point.
I don't know, Rob. I'd rather see neither.
I know. But if you had to choose one, wouldn't you prefer an open carry so watch out for that guy?
Safety's not the goal.
Because I don't want to be, picking out my chicken thighs and be next to, Yosemite friggin' Sam. Who's got his gun there,
I guess.
And so, but they're saying Republican or Democrat, this is a gun-toting state. And so there you go. One would think that with the recent events, but the recent events are irrelevant. So there's the state I live in, and that's fine. There are people that agree that's okay. There are people that disagree. More people are elected in this state that think that's a good thing. Now, the other thing... How
much is your governor behind this?
100%.
Okay. Is he really attached himself to it?
This is where woke goes to die, Rob.
I know, but I'm just thinking if this is an early play for him to be our next president. If he's catering to that.
Well, he does not want students taught about certain elements of American history based on the fact that it'll make them feel bad and guilty.
Right.
That's his new thing. And he's actually winning because he's got the school boards behind him because he has now endorsed a lot of school board members. And so in school, you're going to have,
curriculum changes
that will, because he believes they're indoctrinating students to a certain way of thinking. When, in fact, as some educator pointed out, all education is really indoctrination. You're teaching them facts that will formulate an opinion. And in many cases, if you believe in right and wrong. But in this particular circumstance, it's just right there. There's no hiding behind it down here. There's no idea of saying, "Listen, we're not gonna teach you about the civil rights abuses that happened in Alabama because you know what? That's gonna make the white kids. We don't want to hurt their
They're
feelings."
treating the teaching of actual American history. They're treating it like showing someone a scary movie. Don't show it to them. Make them uncomfortable. Yeah, it's you got to get out of that state, Mike.
It's just a little bit scary to think that because all education is indoctrination. If you are ignoring that, all right, it to me, and if you really do a deep dive, and I welcome your opinion, and you think I'm flapping my gums, and I kind of think. If you look back, and all you have to do is pick up a movie called Django. Total fiction movie, but it's based on things that happened during the slave era in the United States. All right? And then you can see many, many films made about it. If you're ignoring that crap, call me crazy, look at this time in American history as our version of the Holocaust. I mean, for years and years, only it went on a hell of a lot longer. And for years and years and years, people were, white people treated on plantations with slaves, black people, abysmally, by and large. It was a horrible time in our history. And I think that I remember with one of my wives going to Germany and having a conversation with her aunt who was alive and thriving during World War II. And she said something along the lines of, well, I didn't know anything about it. And when you think about not teaching what happened in American history in our schools and in our colleges, aren't you doing the same thing? If you don't know about it, if you don't know it happened, then it's not your fault and you have nothing to do with it.
You're doomed to repeat it.
Am I making any sense whatsoever here?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think in terms of...
you can't whitewash history.
And that's really what it seems to be about. And is the hatred for certain people in our society so extensive that we want to just that teaching the fact that in a period of history people were abused and treated horribly, that somehow is going to hurt white people today? I don't think it is. I think it's going to help white people today.
You got to understand where we were.
But
You've
guys,
got to.
We're giving these a-holes too much credit. They're literally taking an issue, using that issue to not divide, to essentially as a call to arms to everybody that thinks like they think. And this issue of, what we're going to educate our kids on and what makes them feel, I think the feelings are, that's just a way to explain it. It's a way to say, like, I'm on your side. We're better, and we shouldn't let anybody feel better or make us feel bad for our history. If you're on my side, then we're like, it's like this dog whistle of, like,
yeah,
I'm looking out for Whitey.
Yeah.
Don't you want to look out for Whitey?
I've looked at it from every side. I've really tried to look at it from every side and get to a point where, is this anything other than absolute overt racism?
Yeah, but it's being used as a political tool.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's dangerous.
By people who believe a certain way.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I don't consider learning about the horrors of what happened to Africans coming from Africa in this country. I don't consider that a threat to learn about that. I consider that that's how we don't have it ever happen again, for God's sakes. And by the way, when you talk about happening again, anybody check the news the last week? Okay. I mean, it's just, I don't know what's happening. Oscar, I feel like I'm drifting further and further away with my ability to understand the way people think and to understand where this is coming from. But I've always believed it. I got my first real death threat on a phone line when I said it. And I'll say it again. Show me people that think like this, and I will show you. You can pull back many layers of the onion. You're going to find a racist there. Mm-hmm. And you're going to find racist politics equal racist person. Period. End of story. And that's just the way it rolls. And you can't do that. History has taught us one thing. History has taught us that horrible things can happen when you take a big brush and label all people a certain way. Because once you do that, that's when the horror starts. That's when you can get things happening. That's when you can slide them into the gas chamber and then burn their bodies. That's what happens. Just like, if you're not going to teach what that horror was, that where we were just Neanderthals, the way we treated our fellow human beings, you have a chance of that happening again. And if you say, well, we don't need to do anything, that's just going to get people all riled up and feeling horrible. Yes. Don't you think people where am I missing
we need
this?
to feel horrible.
No.
I just don't understand why people feel this way.
I feel like the children that my nephew, my niece, this next generation has a stronger capacity or a broader capacity to look at this critical race theory, understand at a higher level, what is actually
my kids
appropriate. They're more open to that conversation. The only people that, in my opinion, would feel bad about it are the parents that don't want to talk about it.
Right.
I don't. And what I'm having trouble, and I love somebody to really explain it to me. And I guess the way the argument, and maybe I'm wrong about this, the argument would be, it's not about race, it's about politics. And that this is a craven way to stack, to gain political power, which a lot of people have said.
You're right.
Well. Yeah, this is just, you're right. It's a political tool.
It's easy.
If we try to understand it or make sense of it and not just look at it as a political lever that they're pulling, then we'll just go crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I get to a point where I worry about the world. In the back of my mind, being the big lib that I am, I will drift back to a recurring thought. And the recurring thought is, in the event that we take everything to the extreme, and if you want a good fiction example of the extreme, how about The Handmaid's Tale? All right? Mm-hmm. Where religious fundamentalism was the word of the day. We lived in a theocratic society where you had religion controlling government. There was no separation, and the religious doctrine of a certain group of people dictated the way everybody had to live. I would be the guy, as that was coming into play, as the brown shirts ran down the street, where they'd say, well, we have a guy that you probably might want to have a talk with, and he lives in that house.
Right.
And I've always thought that would happen to me in 5 seconds down here, because I'm surrounded by people that probably think differently and would want to knock on my door. I think about the potential of that happening. I don't think we're that close to that, thank God. But it's scary. I know it's Florida, but it's.
But when you talk about
weird.
Close, I think when you look at changing history or discounting pieces of history or not teaching pieces of history, some of this stuff happened so recently. And it's
guys,
like it's not ancient history that you can ignore, and it's a playbook. We've seen it over and over again, and why can't they see what's going on right under their noses unless they don't mind it?
This is why you have to stay involved. This is why I don't care. I'll beat this drum. Like, this is why, like, I got a monthly ETF to the Lincoln Project, because they're fighting this.
Yeah.
Like, this is why. You can't walk away from this. You think the next election's far away. It's not far away. It's at our effing doorstep.
Yeah.
And we have to be vigilant because this kind of stuff is ultimately, there are a lot of the term dog whistle. There are a lot of dog whistles. There are more than dog whistles. It's just right there. It's right there. I don't imagine, it's hard for me to imagine that 15, 20 years ago, you would be able to campaign on and raise money on the fact that you are eliminating a negative part of Black history from the curriculum in schools and colleges, and you are being celebrated for it. You are being said, wow, you're better than the other guy. We want you to be president. But that's exactly what's happening. It's still there. And my little theory here, and this is just a theory, is that when this all really came to the surface, it started really brewing. That big evil cup of tea started brewing when Barack Obama was elected president of the United States. And I didn't see it, and a lot of my friends didn't see it. But there was a whole bunch of folk that were not at all happy about that. That might have been a little scared of that. That might have been a little frustrated with that. And look where we are now. I never would have thought. I had tears streaming down my face. Second time Barack Obama got elected. I think old Katie Powers was in our house in Manassas, and we both were crying, thinking, oh, so it happened a second time. It's real now.
Yeah.
Oh, how wrong I was. How wrong I was. I just want us to evolve. I don't know if it's possible. You know, all our movies are like this dystopian reality where the cities are all bombed out and it's World War III and we've killed each other. I really was thinking maybe it would be different, but I have no friggin' clue right now because I can't wrap my head around it.
When
I
Oscar
can't
talks
wrap my
about-
head around anybody thinking that teaching people about American history and the horrors that happened is somehow not worthy or is going to indoctrinate people to a certain political viewpoint. It's not politics, in my opinion. It's right and wrong.
And as Oscar said about being involved, one thing I've picked up with working with a lot of different podcasts and political entities here that are a lot smarter than I am, it really does all start local. I mean, it's very, very sensible to just vote for the president. They think, oh, that's what's going to change it. No, you got to get involved at the local level because that will feed your school board, which will feed your counties, which will feed your states. Don't ignore those little elections that happen. Get involved and because that's where the change making happens. And if you're not involved at the lowest level, the highest level is going to be almost inconsequential.
It's also, look, there is, and we're clear on this, Mike. The DC area is such a melting pot that growing up with a friend that has an of Indian descent or Pakistani or somebody from Haiti or just like it's every color, every culture, simply because of what drives the nation's capital. And so, like in my neighborhood growing up, there was Haitian kids, there was white kids, there was, a kid from the Congo, Asian, everything. So
Bolivian.
Bolivian. They're probably like, there's a Bolivian, somebody saying that they had two Bolivian brothers that used to live down the street. And that would be a great website, the Bolivian Brothers.
The Bolivian Brothers.
Would it be a
Yes,
subscription site?
Of course.
Yeah.
Paywall and
Sounds
everything.
like something that ought to be on Netflix.
The long and short of it is my life has been shaped by those experiences as I was a kid. And I see, and I'm never going to pretend that I understand another perspective, but the only perspective I have is what I'm exposed to.
Sure.
I see the way that my niece and nephew are growing up, and they're on this beautiful peninsula in Los Angeles, and they have some friends like that are, that might have other descent or cultures involved, but it's mostly white kids. So they're they're the one token like Latino friend, right? And when Luca came and he interned here, just pure nepotism, fine. This was the first time he actually interacted with a handful of people of color.
Mm-hmm.
And to see him navigate it with ease and no issues, it was, and maybe I'm just sharing too much here, I wanted to make sure that he understood that this is what the world is really like. It's not what it's like in this peninsula where he's sheltered and everybody's wealthy and comes from a place of means. And with the civil rights podcast that we do here, it's built that way. We welcome diversity here, even within our staff.
And by welcoming diversity, you win. And I'm not talking about winning as far as taking the high road. I'm talking about winning in every aspect in general, because you have positioned yourself where you're going to get the best. Correct. So no matter what.
So at the end of the summer, I ask them, like, give me your top 3 things that you learned, like you learned during the internship. And the first thing that rolled off his tongue is like, I got to work with people from other walks of life.
There you go. Oh, God bless him. That's awesome. I love that.
Right?
I love that. I instill it in my son, but my son gets it from his school.
Yeah.
That is not, I'm sorry, a public school now. That's one of the reasons he's there. And I'm sorry for that, but that's the way it is. With a positive at the end of this little discussion,
yes,
if I can share something with you, I have a recommendation for people. And if you've heard me recommend things in the past, I don't really think that I can recommend anything more than this television program that I want. If I could, I would make it required viewing for everybody in our listening audience. There is a program, and you may have seen it, you may have not, on Netflix. It's called The Surgeon's Cut. And you don't have to watch the whole thing. Watch the first one. Mm-hmm. And The Surgeon's Cut is stories of surgeons. And I've told you before that when I go to a party, if you sit me down with a cop, a private pilot, and a surgeon, I'm always fascinated. That's the way I roll with that. This is probably intrigued me first because I work very closely with a gentleman who has Hispanic doctors in his family. So that piqued my interest to start with. But then they do a deep dive on a brain surgeon, a brain neurosurgeon, and his story and his humanity. And it just shows you what human beings at their absolute finest are capable of and what we can do. And it has absolutely nothing to do with what race you are, where you came from, what language barriers you have. This is just a spectacular human on any level. And I think it's just at the end of it, when you hear the story, the backstory, the poverty in Mexico, talking about hopping over a fence, practicing getting over a fence. This guy is just spectacular. And it makes you feel wonderful to be a human being because he is so incredibly human. And it also tells you if you ever had that kind of situation, and I'm talking about the worst kind of situation, a brain tumor, the idea of looking, I think he's based in Jacksonville, Florida, the idea of looking across and talking to that guy I would pray that I would have a surgeon that was 1/10 as good as this guy. It is a spectacular insight into the mind that's not just confined to the mechanics of procedures, but life, philosophy, and it is beautiful. And if you don't come away thinking deep thoughts, I would be very surprised, because you think in terms of this man is a minority in our country, but this man is almost otherworldly in his accomplishments and in his compassion and in his skill. And
he's in Florida.
He's in Jacksonville, Florida.
When you leave the state, you take him with you.
I don't think he's going anywhere. Just incredible.
Yeah.
So it's called The Surgeon's Cut. And man, oh man, is it fantastic. So I just thought I'd share that with you. And that's it.
Yeah, thank you.
Speech over. Sometimes we get heavy, people.
Sure.
Sometimes we get heavy. But check that out. And I think you'll love it. I did. We'll come back with the homepage, which has plenty of crap. And then a little later in the program, we'll talk to Oscar Santana about the dynamics of young people not being able to communicate. And, of course, my dog pooped on me. We'll be right back.
Hi, folks. Tom Selleck again with a dear friend and co-star from 3 Men and a Baby. It's Steve Guttenberg.
Tom, it's good to see you.
You too. What you been up to, man?
Well, I was in Sharknado 4, and we might be doing a Police Academy 8 next year.
Great. Any TV parts? Maybe a national commercial?
Oh, God, no.
How about a podcast?
What?
Oh, boy. Are you still living over there off of Sunset?
No. Those reverse mortgage holes stole my home. However, all my movies are available on Blu-ray and DVD through Target and Walmart at the Michael Maris Shopping Center. Click the link and plan your Gutenberg Film Festival today. And don't forget the popcorn.
That sounds great, Steve.
By the way, can you give me Courtney Cox's number?
Welcome back to the show. Whoa, it doesn't sound like Steve Guttenberg at all.
Really?
It seems like this is the time of year that everyone's trying to reinvent themselves for the better. But if you really want to put the new you to the test, Harry's can help. Whether you want to get all the artsy stuff on your face with your mustache,
nice.
or finally try that shaved head look. I'm not ready for that yet.
Someday.
Although I'm getting close.
Yes.
Got a number 1 on the side. Harry's has tools for your closest, cleanest shave ever. We all use Harry's because we all love Harry's. I have all the good stuff and things. Right now, the Truman Shave Trial Set is a $15 value. You can get that for just $3 at harrys.com/TMOS, because they want you to try it, because they know if you try it, you're probably going to do it for the rest of your life,
course.
like I've done. It includes a 5-blade German-engineered razor, weighted handle, foaming shave gel, and a travel cover. Plus, you can schedule replacement blade delivery whenever you need them, with refills as low as $2 each. Harry's blades are made in their own factory in Germany and hold up better than ever. Guys who've tried them say their 8th shave, I'll go further, my 20th shave is as sharp as my first. And
100%.
Harry's is still offering a no-risk trial. Don't like your shave? No worries. It's on them. No matter how your new look is, look sharp all year long with Harry's. Get a $15 Truman Shave trial set for just $3 at harrys.com/TMOS. That's harrys.com/TMOS for a $3 trial set. Do it. Sorry, I was looking the other day. It's like a receiver.
From the 4 corners of the World Wide Web and into your digital device. It's what you need to know. This is the homepage.
So verbally, what I did there with that commercial is it's like the receiver that's going to catch a ball, but he's looking at the linebacker coming at him.
Sure.
I did that. I took my eye off the ball, so don't do that. All right, that's what I wanted to share with
Don't
everybody.
do that.
Young broadcasters out there. Seth Rogen has teamed up with Airbnb. This is weird. To offer a night at an artistic retreat in Los Angeles, where he'll actually hang with you and do some pottery.
He's a noted potter.
Let's be real here. You probably end up getting high with him, too. I don't know if that's true or not.
No.
I think they took the liberty of the people that wrote this to say that. I don't know if that's true. You probably know that Seth has a company called Houseplant, where he sells cannabis accessories, many of which he makes himself. He says, quote, we founded Houseplant because people who smoke weed also like nice things. And that didn't really exist in this way before. You used to hide everything, but now we have beautiful lighters and ashtrays meant to be displayed. And they're all in this beautiful Airbnb. It really comes full circle. Seth is hosting 3 one-night stays.
Gross.
Each for 2 people on February 15th, 16th, and 17th.
Right after Valentine's Day, yeah.
Each night costs $42.
Because of 420.
You can try to reserve one of the nights when booking opens on Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern. There are people right now that are probably making a note in their calendar about that.
In his previous life, Horny Bob Spiewak was quite the potter. He took it for several years.
Did he really?
Yeah, I still have some coffee cups he made that are fantastic.
Ooh, there's nothing like a homemade coffee cup.
Yeah, you love it.
Right?
He gets the handle right.
Overrated.
Yeah. And he did it well. What, coffee cups?
I took ceramics for 2 years in college. Waste of 3 credits, 6 credits total. And I remember bringing stuff home. My dad was like, "I paid for this." It's crazy.
Yeah, at least you're not paying for crocheting at VCU. That's even
Did you
worse.
take crochet? You didn't take crochet.
Julia had to get her degree.
Oh, because she's got a graphic design
But the
program.
glass blowing is very cool.
Oh, yeah.
Look at this piece I made you.
The listing says, quote, "No cannabis-based products will be made available or provided to guests during the stay."
That's right. Just like there was no drinking allowed in the Wax Museum overnight, Pony.
I remember that.
That doesn't mean you can't bring your own, though, or that Seth won't bring anything for himself. Okay. They throw that in there, right?
Would you even want to meet him?
I would.
I don't know.
Why are you being so angry? Kind of a combination, like a rough voice Jimmy. Paul Rudd has finally revealed his secret to eternal youth. It's a big thing lately, Paul Rudd, and how he's ageless.
Yeah.
In an interview for Men's Health, he said, quote, then diet, then weights, then cardio after 8 hours of sleep. So he says, do the sleep first, then diet, then, let me get it right, diet, weights, cardio, in that order. The most important part of training is sleep, he says. Look, for the weight loss journey I'm on, I do better when I get a great night's sleep. When I get a great night's sleep, I lose weight.
Well, also,
And, I eat the same thing basically every day.
Sounds stupid. When I go to bed early, I'm less likely to snack. You go to bed, you can't eat.
But the length of time of your body
does
resting
help, yes.
and metabolizing everything, I think it's good. People who set their alarm and then sleep for 4 hours so they can get up and train, that's not it. They're not doing themselves any favors, he says. He says he gets up, he has a cup of coffee, then he does cardio before he eats anything. He never would have done that before Ant-Man.
I bet there's something that happens between the coffee and the cardio.
Paul is well aware that all of this sounds like hell, but he insists it's not because he finds the routine comforting. Exercising and having a good diet makes him feel less like an imposter when playing Ant-Man. So he did it. His motivation was do it for a role. That's the way he does that.
Yeah, I bet he's got a movie coming out, does he?
Probably. Yeah. I didn't read that plug. Dr. Phil is coming to an end after the current season, which will conclude this spring. The show debuted in 2002 after Dr. Phil got his start on Oprah in the 1990s. Seems like a long time ago, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Phil says, quote, "With this show, we have helped thousands of guests and millions of viewers through everything from addiction and marriage to mental wellness and raising children."
Oh, you're brilliant, Phil.
He added, quote, "This has been an incredible chapter of my life and career.
It's been your life.
What?
It's been your life. It's not a chapter. It's the whole thing.
Well, no, it's a chapter, damn it.
No,
Come on
that's
now.
it, Phil.
While I'm moving on from daytime, there's so much more I wish to do. I am planning, as soon as I retire, getting an Airbnb with Seth Rogen."
Dr. Phil is most famous in my eyes for the Catch Me Outside revolution.
That's
that
the
lady.
biggest thing. The girl, that
Daniela
horrible girl.
Brigoli.
What was her name? Do we know her name?
Daniela Brigoli. And she goes by
Did
Bad.
you just know that off the top of your head?
No, I had to look that up because I know her as Bad Baby.
That's right.
Bad Baby
Yes.
Daniela. Where's she now? Is she dead?
Oh, no, she's on OnlyFans, and she grossed over $20 million last year.
And she's also Attorney General for the state of Florida.
Thank you very much. Where Wolf goes to die. Kanye West's informal 2024 campaign for president doesn't appear to be popular with political donors, at least according to a recent filing which shows the rapper and designer's campaign brought in zero in 2022. I didn't even know he was running again.
They forgot to put up the donate button.
Yeah.
In a filing submitted Monday, surfaced on the Daily Beast, Kanye's 2020 campaign, the current it's called Kanye 2020. Well, why is it called Kanye 2020 if it's for 2024?
They already had the website.
Yeah.
Oh, that's his action committee. They reported spending $142,000 in expenses in the last 3 months of 2022, but not bringing in any donations that year.
He got that name, Mike, because he's proud of his perfect vision.
I don't know what's going on. A gas station staff got the shock of their lives when they discovered a human penis on the tarmac of the gas station. The discovery was made at a station in Alabama, actually 2 days ago, a little after 6 a.m. local time. How about you coming to work? How about you're coming to work at the gas station? That's the first thing you see in the morning.
It was really bad, Mike. I asked for a coffee stirrer.
You show up for work. Police officers showed up after that, collected the severed appendage. According to initial reports, the police do not believe that the finding is proof of any foul play.
What?
What? I don't get it. But it is not clear whose thing it was.
Yes.
One employee simply told reporters, "It was a whole."
Wow.
That's the quote. A statement at 4 p.m. from the Mobile Police Department stated that the incident was not being investigated as an assault or murder, adding it was a mystery how on earth it ended up there. Closed-circuit camera footage, later seen by reporters, shows a black truck.
Yes.
I don't know. I shouldn't be laughing. This is horrible.
Mike, this is
fine. A black
fine.
truck pulls up to the station around 6:15 to fill up. The truck then pulls away before a penis falls onto the car park tarmac. What, coming off the truck? They don't say that. Well, they're not specific about it.
It might be. It might have been in the truck. Have you ever had like a delivery guy open his car door and there's like Coke cans pull out because he's just keeping a sloppy car.
Ew.
Yeah. Well, maybe it's that.
It's just so horrible. I'll try to find something if there's a follow up tomorrow.
Circumcision gone bad, Mike.
Now a little something. A 22-year-old high school basketball coach is out of a job after she tried to pass as a 13-year-old player in a junior varsity game earlier this month. According to reports, Alicia Boykins. I love that name, yes. Boykins. Boink. Boykins, not Boykins. Boykins.
Okay, better.
She's an assistant for the Churchland High School Truckers. Rob, you used to play them when you were at Magruder.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, I was Madison. Yeah, but I went over to Magruder to play them.
So, Arlisha impersonated one of her players who was away from the team for a club tournament on January 21st, not too long ago. Instead of playing with one less player, Boykins took matters into her own hands and suited up for the game.
Oh, no.
Did you ever know WAVY Channel 10?
Of course,
in that area?
That's
isn't that Newport News?
Newport News, yeah. I had a cousin who worked there for many years.
It shows the full-grown adult balling out against the competition, driving the lane for a layup, getting a block, and nailing free throws. Let's see. She was fired because of the stunt, and the result of the JV players and parents, they elected to opt out of the remainder of the season. So she kind of caused a nasty little situation. The school is now investigating the incident, and the student's family is asking for an apology. They don't like this.
Okay.
She doesn't even look 13.
No.
This isn't like
she's an older looking 22.
Yeah, she looks like she's a mom on a court.
But you know what? She's obviously a better player than the other ones. She had a great game.
I'm watching the video now. Like, she's much taller than everybody else.
That's right.
Right.
She's killing them because she's got better skills. This is wild.
And she was drinking Ensure.
For the record, when I was 22, my wife Carla was a 1-year-old. And I would never pretend I was a baby. I'm not gonna pretend that awesome, baby. Those are stats I don't like to normally share, but
Yeah,
I
that's,
thought for the
that's one way
purpose
of
of
looking
this
at
story. Stop it! Yeah, give me another beer. We'll take a break. Come back with more radio. I am in so much pain right now with my wrist.
Mike wasn't having a good day because of a bad wrist, so he decided to spend it with his friends.
You know what my friends are? I got 6 or 7 friends in that little watch case out
And
there.
3 of them are
How do you
yours.
like to spend time with your friends? Do you like to share things? Things that are funny?
How are you, Mr. Seiko? I'm fine, Mr. Hamilton.
Sharing allows you to show your friends what is important to you, what you like and enjoy.
Look, we all need hobbies.
Something great to share is the Mike O'Mara Show.
Everybody can have fun with it.
Share the show with your friends today and give them a reason to laugh.
In order to have a friend, you got to be a friend.
Yeah. True words.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Hello.
Think of the time and money your family invested. Let me just regroup after that.
Do that.
Yes. Think of the time and money your family invested to film family vacations, football games, birthdays, all the good stuff. The stuff that you wanted to capture, and things. Legacy Box exists to preserve your family's recorded moments digitally. Because if you don't know this, if you have like a videotape, even a DVD, if you have that kind of stuff, they don't last forever.
No, they decay.
You got to save them. You got to save them digitally. I remember buying a top-of-the-line video camera back in the day, but now it's totally obsolete. And I wasn't sure if I could ever watch the tapes again, but thanks to Legacy Box, I can watch my little girls when they were actually little girls. And I also can go back and watch a film of my first Holy Communion that my father took.
No.
It was
Really?
great. Yeah,
That's
everybody
sweet.
had sidearms. It was in Tombstone.
Beautiful.
It's like magic. We've all used Legacy Box and we all love it. Legacy Box is a super simple mail-in service to have all of your videotapes, camcorder tapes, film reels, and pictures converted to perfectly preserved digital files, keeping them safe forever. You owe it to your family to safeguard your memories. Don't let your photos continue to fade. Become your family's hero and save them before it's too late. Buy a Legacy Box today. Visit legacybox.com/TMOS to take advantage of this exclusive offer. That's legacybox.com/TMOS. Now, before we move on with the show, I just want to say Robb Spiewak tearfully came to me before the show.
Yes.
To share that one of our favorite segments on this show, the TMOS Talking Head, he's having trouble with it. He's having trouble because the social media appeals that he has done are limited, and he wanted me to make mention of the fact that we'd like to have more talking heads on the show.
Especially people that we don't know. We want to get to know
Don't
you.
be shy.
Yeah, this is a wonderful experience. Everyone to a person has had a great time being a talking
What
head.
are some, the needs and wants? Like, explain to them how they can be interesting.
Well, anyone who has a career that they've been at for a long time, an interesting hobby.
A bad scar?
A bad scar.
think
If
the
they've met a
reason-
celebrity is always a winner.
The reason that I have enjoyed the
Scar.
Talking Head, what's that?
He said a scar.
A bad scar.
A bad scar.
We haven't done it.
No.
Yeah.
If you came on and you were like Lyndon Johnson and pulled up your shirt and showed us a scar, I showed you one of my hives today.
Yeah,
If you
true.
had
My allergic reaction.
a wood chipper accident,
Yeah,
we
but-
want to hear about it.
But nothing weeping. Something has been healed.
Not a weeping wound.
No weeping
Gross. No.
wound.
I think
Nothing
that
fresh.
when I came up with this idea, I really didn't know how long it would last. And if it's the end of the line, I'll be very sad because we have had some of the most fun
2 years of Talking
conversations.
Heads.
Yeah, fascinating
2
stuff.
years of Talking
2
Heads.
years.
And,
Yes.
and if it's the end of the line and
Maybe they all went back to work.
yeah, that could be true.
Right.
But it's so much fun because I don't care if you have a celebrity meeting or a scar or anything. I like talking to people about their lives.
Exactly.
And everybody, look.
Everyone has a
here's the
story,
fact.
Mike. Everyone
You
does.
stole that from me. That's what I was just going to say. I was going to steal that, and I wouldn't be doing this if you were able to just maintain it. Anyway, you've disappointed
That took a
me
turn.
again. I know. I'm sorry. But
How do they get in touch with us?
It's
Robb?
very easy. Email me, Robb, ROBB, at MikeO'MaraShow.com. Tell me a little bit about yourself, but the most important thing is include a phone number because I want to call you, get to know you. We'll do a brief pre-interview, and then we'll get you on the show. It takes about, the interview is 10 minutes, then we have you on the air for 25. But really, Mike, what lasts is a lifetime of memories.
See, that's not sincere.
Yeah, when you do that, you make me want to throw up.
That pushes people away.
I got
You're not able to sell in any way.
A little nauseous.
They will have a blast. You go back and you look at...
You can't save it now.
No, it's true, though. I mean, what...
Help us help you.
What?
Right? That's what you say.
Okay, help us help you.
Yes.
Just email me and include a phone number. This is important.
So, at the peak of the Talking Head segment, how many heads? Solicitations were you getting a day, or responses?
We had, and for most of the run of the Talking Head, we had 12, 15 in a queue ready to go, and
they're clamoring.
They were clamoring to get on, and I know that you're busy, but you know what? You have to make time for this because this is a really cool experience.
Yeah, we want to hear your story.
And we always talk about...
If you hate us, even better.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah.
We talk about the extended TMOS family.
I'd love to have somebody come on here.
Yeah.
It pissed me off. I do not say that you won't get crap from me.
Right, but if you're strong enough to write something hateful on our Facebook fan page, why don't you come on and talk to us?
Well,
do
there's
it face
this
to
one
face.
guy that was complaining about Pony getting back to him.
I talked to him.
And you talked about it earlier in the week, right?
We clarified.
And I don't know what the details are with that, but he cruises through, and it's like a guy that's just complaining because he wants to get better customer service.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Not at all.
And there's nothing wrong with that. And he feels like he's been ignored about some problem he's having with the bonus show. And then at the very end, it said, by the way, the bonus show's not even funny anymore. And I'm like, I didn't need that, you dick. All right? I didn't need that. I didn't,
Mike, the customer's always right.
The customer, no, not in that case. I think we have plenty good times.
Yeah, the customer is actually seldom right.
I've talked politics and I've shown my hive on today's show. This show is well-rounded. All right, give me a break. Let's talk about communication.
Please.
Youthful communication. Yes. Oscar has a problem with something. I'm not sure.
It's not a problem. I want to highlight this. For anyone that's ever dealt with professionals or kids out of college, sub 30, and you've ever had to make a phone call with them, you've realized one of two things. One is that they don't like making phone calls. They'd rather text or write an email.
I can empathize with them because I don't.
Or
you never have,
B, they're willing to try, but they don't have a rapport or a great disposition to understand when someone's trying to talk and you're trying to talk because they haven't talked on the phone enough in life. So they don't know how to actually get through the conversation. And I'll give you an example.
Let me see if you got this right.
Yes.
All right. Let's do a fake conversation. I'll be the 30-year-old because I think I know what you're talking about.
Sub 30. You're in your 20s.
I'll be sub 30. All right. So you call me.
Okay.
Use whatever name.
Hi, it's Oscar from Podville Media in Washington, D.C. We're looking to book roughly a 3-hour window for a celebrity that we have for one of the podcasts we help produce.
Yeah.
I was banking that.
Excuse me?
So we're looking at tomorrow. Yes. So that's exactly what happened to me.
I find it happens when I'm on the phone with businesses with young people.
Yes. So yesterday I'm working with one of our producers. I will not name a name, but if I'm correct, he's 24.
Michael Gilman.
And I'm next to him. I say, look, I'm going to call the first 3 studios. We have, and just for Inside Baseball, we have a mobile broadcast kit that we've deployed to Los Angeles. There is an A-list celebrity that is coming on to one of the podcasts that we have not announced yet here on at Podville. And
Mike, it's Pete Rose.
Can I use it?
And so in an effort to make sure that we don't lose this window with this A-list celebrity, we book we needed to look at booking a studio in Beverly Hills. We book a studio in West Hollywood, book a studio in downtown LA, and have our producer that's out in Los Angeles now with the mobile broadcast kit, just in case they have to jump on the tour bus.
It's a big time.
It's a big deal. Big deal.
Okay,
and
can I just ask one question?
Yes.
I'm not going to be able to move on with the show. Is it Donnie?
No.
Is it?
No.
All right.
And so I book the first 3 holds on studio,
Right.
knowing that this might not work out because it's
Are
a
you
24-hour
booking
window.
the holds on studio time to make it convenient for this person to get to
For
one
this
of the 3
A-list celebrity,
places?
so there's no window for I can't do it. Or I got to move it. Right?
3 locations.
Yes.
So he's got something that's close to him.
4.
Or her.
4.
Or her,
with the
Mike.
downtown LA.
Who knows?
And so
I promise I won't tell if you text me the celebrity.
That's just the trade. That's just the trade craft that we like. Who's going to take the time to do that? We do. We take the time to do that, and we have a producer with a mobile kit in hand, like the nuclear football.
I just think it's a ridiculous amount of time to spend just to get Andy Dick on the show.
And be fair, Mike, Andy Dick would be happy just to be inside.
This has to be an AA.
So I'll text you, Mike. I'll text you.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Right?
I just have to
fine.
know this
Just
first.
get this.
So right
over
now,
with.
Oscar is
And you're
picked up
dealing
his
with a
mobile
lot of
phone.
sub 30 people out there in Los Angeles.
Well, the people we're calling is I don't know their age. I'm just dealing with my team, right? So
Okay.
So you just got this. They sent it over. So what is happening is I'm also trying to teach someone how to have a conversation with another studio owner, or as they operate them, to
Right.
there's a way to say we want to hold this. We want to make sure what the cancellation period is, because we don't want to be the hook for thousands of dollars of studio time that's not used. And so we're talking. So I call the 3 studios. I booked them. I said, now your turn. So we get on the phone, and the guy's like, hello. And then he looked at me like a deer in headlights, and I'm like, talk. And he says,
It's the pausing,
yes,
right?
Yeah. He goes,
and then the thought comes, and they talk when the other person's
and then,
talking.
so he's like, hi, and the guy's like, hello. He goes, so it was like a lot of mishmash at the front, which is never good for like a good rapport.
Right.
Just for somebody that knows that they feel like they know the person on the line is actually competent and they know what the hell they're doing.
Right.
So, and I said, continue. And then he's like, I'm calling from Washington, D.C. And
oh no.
And it's a big deal.
It's a big deal. And I said, stop. And then I pick up and I said, I'm so sorry we had a bad connection, and then break it down exactly what we need, right? And book it. And
So you can't really, you're kind of training at the same
We're training. And I said, be honest with me. When you talk to your friends or you communicate with them, do you ever talk to them on the phone? He goes, this is the first time I've talked on the phone in 2 weeks.
Wow.
It's, I suppose,
Yeah.
it's a skill
it's
that
an
needs
art
to,
that we just grew up with, and we take for granted.
You think back to like when I was in high school,
Yeah.
I'd have hour-long conversations with my friends.
Correct.
And now, if Robert is ever talking on the
I would
phone,
never be able to. I had a long talk with Catherine the other day.
and I mean, like
That was good.
Robert,
But you grew up with phones.
if I ever see
Yeah.
Robert talking to a friend, it's FaceTime.
It's
so
either
they
FaceTime,
have visual cues,
and that's it. Like they don't know anything else.
But they can't
But on
do
the
that.
phone,
Yes.
of like this. And I imagine telemarketers are getting paid more money because
Is
it's
it a
lost
little
art.
ADD, do you think, maybe?
No, it's Mike.
It's
I equate it to when someone gets in front of a microphone and they hear their voice for the very first time. It doesn't matter how well polished they are. It's a little off-putting because you're like, I can hear myself.
Right.
And that's the same feeling I get when we have someone that's trying to test show or doing something, is what I felt in that office when I said, you've seen me do it 4 times. Now let me hear you do it. And it was like he was hearing his voice for the very first time.
Mike, I think it's a lack of courtesy, because when you're texting, you don't have to wait for a reply. You don't have to be, gauge what's on the other side of the conversation.
Right.
You just put out what you need and then wait for them to get back to you. And if you're typing at the same time, that's no big deal. Can't talk at the same time.
Well, texting saved my ass. I love texting.
Yeah.
I hate talking
Let's
on
get,
the telephone.
if you don't mind giving your headset to Marco Tony, one of our wonderful American University interns.
Is he on the phone?
No, Marco's here.
I know that's a joke.
Oh, so
Because he wouldn't be on the phone.
Marco.
A little joke.
Marco.
Yep.
Yeah, so there you go. Marco, how old are you?
19.
Okay, 19. When's the last time you talked on the phone?
Oh, you were right about this hearing your voice for the first time thing, actually. But
are you experiencing it right now?
Yeah. Big time.
How you doing, Marco?
I'm okay. I'm okay.
How are things at AU?
Pretty good.
That's on the crest, isn't it, Mike?
Marco, now you are, what year are you in, Marco?
Second semester, sophomore.
Second semester. You're still new to the game. And you came from California, did you?
Yeah, LA.
Okay. So what's new and exciting around AU in Northwest Washington, D.C. that is there anything that you'd like to tell us about? Anything you're doing with your buddies? What's exciting at American University now? Because it's been a long time. Yeah. I was back there 150 years ago.
You went for your reunion, right? I thought you did that.
Yeah, I went for, and it was a good reunion. Mm-hmm. And my buddy Robb, who I was on the McDowell Terrace with, no, the other buddy.
Oh,
Robb,
sorry,
was co-counsel for ExxonMobil. He worked. I always used to bust his balls. Yeah. Hey, how's Big Oil doing? But now he's been very active in it. But we had places we'd go, things we'd do, stuff that was happening, anything that jumps out at you as far as, oh man, I'll always remember this. Because if I gave you an example, Marco, I would say what I remember was a restaurant called, I think it was called, oh my God,
Maggie's?
It's not Steak and Shake.
Oh,
it's
Steak and Egg.
Steak and Egg.
Steak and Egg.
Mm-hmm. Steak and Egg.
Is it still there?
Yeah, it is.
Do you go there like at 3:00 in the morning?
I've actually never been. I've missed out the few times my friends went. But
okay.
Is it because you can't afford eggs anymore?
Yeah, eggs are getting out of control.
It's just amazing to think that's still there. I used to have great memories there. Anything exciting that you'd like to share with us, Marco?
I joined the club rugby team this week. That was pretty fun.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Have you played before?
I literally haven't. I don't know anything about rugby at all.
Were you recruited?
No.
I was recruited when I was at AU, and I didn't do it. And I fancy myself as somebody that likes contact sports.
Yeah, right.
I played hockey in high school, but I never did. That is there's some that's a pretty good social scene too, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
It's a shame being only 19 because I bet they occasionally have a beer.
Marco.
Yeah, they go to the pub.
Sure.
Order up some Guinness.
Yeah, you're gonna be in good shape when you turn 21.
That's cool. I think rugby is cool. So,
Marco,
have you played in any games?
No. My second practice is today after work, actually.
Okay. I'd love to get a rugby update. Go ahead, Oscar.
Marco, give Mike a little of your back. Your high school sports and like you're working for the Wizards now and all that. So just I don't think you're putting your best foot forward on this in this conversation.
Disagreed, but he's proving your point, which in a way is putting his best foot forward.
Yes. Go ahead.
Just kind of like what sports I played. And
your background and what you want to do in life.
So I played water polo since I was a little kid, and then I took a couple years gap to play soccer, but then when I started high school, I went back to water polo.
That's a badass sport too.
Yeah.
Rugby and water polo. So you don't mind getting knocked around, Marco, huh?
Yeah, not really. I'm cool with it. I was painfully average at water polo throughout high school, but that's because I was playing in Southern California. So if I came and played against people from over here, I would
destroy them.
I'd be like Wilt Chamberlain.
Yeah, a lot of the people around here, Mike, when they play water polo, they sink.
And thanks for the Wilt to Stilt reference. That's cool as well. That's neat. I mean, rugby, I can't wait to hear how the because it's something that I got. How did I get recruited for it? They wanted me to play it. And all I was thought is that I'd had my nose broken twice in high school, and I just didn't want to
Was
get
it because you already had the shirt?
I was a DJ at, where was it? There's the girls' school down the street, down on Foxhall. Oh, what the hell is the name of that girls' college? Huh? No, it's not Colton Arms private school. It was a college. And somebody will get it for
Mildew,
me.
wasn't it?
What's that?
Mildew.
You lived there. I wouldn't mind, but you're not helping. You're not even trying to help me a little
Mike,
bit.
I went to school at VCU, and it was co-educational. So I'm sorry, I'm of no help.
But I was DJing at one of their little pubs, and there were rugby players in there, and a guy was in his cups, and I got in my cups later. We talked about rugby, but
National Cathedral School?
No,
Georgetown Visitation.
We've run out of time. Marco, we have to talk again. Can you come on the show again sometime?
He's here Tuesdays and Wednesdays.
Tuesdays, well, good. It'll be good to replace the talking head segment that Rob ruined. We have to take a break, and we will come back. And speaking of Rob got a new toy.
Yes. I did.
And every boy loves a toy. So we'll come back and talk to Rob about that right here on the Mike O'Mara Show. I love this show. Thank you very much. Thank you, Marco.
Way down yonder in New Orleans, the town in New Orleans. I'm walking to New Orleans.
The Mike O'Mara Show live Saturday, April 15th, 2023 at the legendary House of Blues in New Orleans.
Hi, y'all are. I'm glad for you to see me, I guarantee.
Tickets available now at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Ain't it bitchin'?
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. A lot of us are stuck in our homes, offices, and routines, wondering what else is out there, but feeling like an adventure is out of reach. But now you can discover the freedom, the great outdoors, with foldable, fun, fast electric e-bikes. From quick errands to true outdoor adventures, electric e-bikes will transform how you get around. They cost way less than the competition, with models financed as low as $133 per month. You can go up to 45 miles on one charge. You can reach up to 28 miles per hour with a 500-watt motor. That's increased torque, more power, less noise. Plus, electric e-bikes are foldable and ship-free. Oscar, when you get the electric e-bike,
yes,
the foldable element of them, that allows you to
can
have
store
more
it,
flexibility as to where you
throw
keep
it in the back
right?
of your SUV if you want to take it to your beach house, or you want to move it to a different location and you can't ride there. I don't see why you couldn't. And the only reason I know that is because my brother, he liked his e-bike so much that he bought from Electric E-Bike, and he got one for his beach house.
It's awesome. Fantastic. Yeah. They're fully assembled. They ship free. You'll be on the road in no time. Customize your ride with new accessories. They've got the Elite headlight or a passenger package that can hold riders up to 150 pounds. There's nothing like them. We love telling you about them.
Take Pony Boy anywhere.
Yeah, absolutely. He'll fit. Plus, no parking fees. Get out there, find adventure with electric e-bikes. Visit electricebikes.com to learn more. That's LECTRIC ebikes.com. Robb has gotten a new toy, but I have no idea. Oh, you're playing the Every Toyland Boy music.
Exactly. Now, Mike, I was thinking back when I got this. It was a gift, and it was I was very excited about it. And then I got to think, is there any toy from our childhood that would bewilder our kids as to why they were a big deal? Because they're just so backward?
Is there a toy that would be so good that you would preserve it and pass it along to
I'm
another
saying
generation?
That, like a toy from our childhood that if we gave it to a kid today, they would just say, "What's the deal? Why is this something?"
You mean, all right, let me see if I've got what you're saying. So, is there any toy that we grew up with that you could give a kid today that they would like?
No.
That
totally underwhelmed.
I'm totally confused by what you're saying.
I get it. That wouldn't hold up to what we felt, the joy and magic of the toy. Like today's toys are different than our kids' toys or our toys, right?
Yeah. Like
I think there are. That's why I'm having trouble with this, because I think you have...
If I gave a kid a viewfinder right now, remember the viewfinders? I mean, I had them as a kid. I thought it was so cool.
You mean these?
Yes.
Yeah, you should bring it up.
If I gave my kid...
I think my son would love it.
Well, see... if I gave it to Sebastian, he'd be like, "This is boring."
Yeah, he probably has VR. So what do you need a viewfinder
So
for?
it's funny, and it was called a Viewmaster. Viewmaster.
Mine was the one I remember, because I only had a few of the, weren't they round?
Reels, yeah.
Yeah, you had to put the little discs in them.
I think I had Zorro.
And they were stereoscopic, Mike, so they were 3D when you looked through them.
But let me tell you another one that just pops into my head.
Yeah.
A spirograph.
Yep, absolutely.
Would be something I think my kid would have a blast with.
I think that would hold up, but I don't think that. You know what? I don't think a Light Bright would hold up, because
probably not.
But
games that are out there right now, Battleship, for example, kids
that's classic.
Love that.
But the thing is that it's funny that you came up with Viewmaster right away, because I got this as a gift. And I was so thrilled with it. But wait, it gets better.
Oh my God. I thought that was a box of cookies.
It's called the Retro Viewer. And it is exactly as I remembered the Viewmaster, right? With the handle on the side.
You brought one in.
Yes, but here's the thing. It comes with a prepaid coupon where you can mail in your own pictures electronically and make your own reels for it. So I could do family pictures on my Viewmaster And then I don't have it yet. I just got it yesterday. But you can choose 10 pictures, and they'll put it on a reel for you and send it back to you, so you can look at your own pictures on the view.
Does he have stuff in there?
No, there's nothing in there.
I just got it.
What about giving this? Look, I'm going to save you some money.
Yeah,
and you look like a hero.
Yeah.
Put 10 pictures of you.
Yes.
And then gift this to your wife for Valentine's Day.
Nice.
Yeah.
And that'll truly end the marriage.
Spectacular. How about this?
But I mean, I thought,
right,
what a
make
really
a
cool thing. Yeah.
All right.
That's so much work.
Why don't you get 10 pictures?
Right.
And we'll give and enjoy it.
Right.
And then we will get 10 pictures from the show.
Okay.
And we'll give it away in New Orleans.
I love it.
I love that idea.
We'll give somebody the show Viewmeister.
Viewmeister. But that's the German version, the Viewmeister.
The Viewmeister.
Hello.
What compelled you to get that?
It was a gift from someone I work with here on a podcast, and she saw it, and she says, if anything says Robb Spiewak,
a lady gave you a gift?
A lady, yes. I've worked with her for many years on her podcast. And so thank you, Ann, for sending that along. I think it's a cool idea.
I've worked with Ann for a long time. She's never gifted me anything.
Maybe you should try a little harder.
To be a friend?
You have to be a friend.
Yes.
To have a friend, you have to be a friend.
I like messing it up every time.
Can we do that? Can we give it away in New Orleans after you're done with it?
Yes. You know what?
And it'll be touched with it'll have Robb's DNA all over it.
Yep.
It'll
Exactly.
be fantastic.
Celebrity DNA.
Yeah.
And you get to pick Robb, you get to select the pictures.
All right, Pony, I want you shirtless.
All right.
Very good. Yeah. I'm not posing for anything, though. We have to take a break.
Only candidates for Mr. O'Mara.
Very, very much so. Here he is.
One of these, Mike?
Here's a photo of my visit to the Grand Canyon. Anyway, we'll be right back with Town of Sound right here on the Mike O'Mara Show. Whoa. Jackie Vernon.
The great Jackie Vernon.
Hi, this is TV's Sally Struthers. Do you want to make more money in a career you'll love? We all do. And this week's bonus show has ideas for that next chapter in your life.
Let's do something fun.
Tired of working in those Brazilian tourist shops?
I'm a sad podcaster.
I called 911.
Who's got the most lint in their belly button? Go.
We'll provide you with everything you need to be an amazing success. You can be cutting a rug for fun and profit. If you're successful, this is what you get to keep.
Wow. That's how y'all getting down in Philly after a win?
The TMOS bonus show is that fifth hour of funny you can only get with a subscription. Get yours today at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Stay classy, Philadelphia.
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. Whatever your reason is for wanting to make a change, Noom Weight is ready to help. Now, every day when I get up, first thing I do, literally the first thing I do, is I log my weight with Noom Weight. I love it. By the way, all the tips that they have for you on Noom Weight, they use psychology, to help you understand your eating habits and learn how to make healthier choices every day. It's how I learn about things like protein and carbs and macronutrients. Losing weight starts with your brain, and Noom Weight's approach is based on scientific principles that help you better understand your relationship with food. To date, Noom Weight has helped more than 4.6 million people lose weight. And active first-time Noomers lose an average of 15 pounds in 16 weeks. 95% of customers say Noom Weight is a good long-term solution. I love Noom Weight because it works, ladies and gentlemen. Carla loves it. Oscar loves it as well. It's really a great way to stay focused on what's important to you. You can do that with Noom Weight's psychology-based approach. Sign up for your trial today at Noom.com/TMOS. That's NOOM.com/TMOS to sign up for your trial today. And check out Noom's first ever book, The Noom Mindset. That's a deep dive into the psychology of behavior change. Available now wherever books are sold.
Sound. We call this stereophonic sound.
Soundtown.
What have we always said about Oscar? And we've known this a long time.
He's always late.
Oscar is a tucker. He's a tucker.
Yeah, I like to tuck
napkins. You did it. I learned that at my home when we had the studio in my house.
I think the worst thing is after our road trip when I had to clean up the Suburban for return, and there was probably 2 rolls of paper towels and napkins jammed in the back seat.
Yeah.
Well, on TikTok, this was trending yesterday, and I found this fascinating. A woman is getting rid of her couch after 13 years, and it looked pretty beat up. and she wanted to see what was in the couch.
Ugh.
So she cut the back of the panel, a big fabric panel on the back. She cut it open. To me, the back of the couch looked like the trash room that Luke and Leia and Han Solo got drowned in Star Wars Episode 4. It just was garbage. And she goes through, you get to hear her cut it open and then give a list of some of the things that had been tucked into her couch over 13 years.
I'm scared. It's like an unboxing.
Oh my gosh! What is this? It's disgusting! It's disgusting!
There's an expo marker.
Baby!
All right, they're annoying me.
What was in the couch,
reactions.
you ask?
Wait.
Goldfish, fruit snacks, hair ties, a couple bras, some toddler clothes. I do not have toddlers anymore. 2 remotes, nothing of value. I literally scooped it all up, put it in a garbage can, and burnt it.
I have questions about the bras.
I have questions about the whole video. I
think?
smell a little bit. Yeah. Then when the reactions are just too, oh my, right into the phone, like they're talking into the,
There was such a great assortment of garbage in the sofa. I think it might be real. After having kids for 13 years, maybe. I don't know. But anyway, I did like
in Alabama, where that gas station was, they opened a couch up, found a penis. Sort of a throwback. Comes full circle.
And Mike, let us close with this today. Do you know that today is National Change Your Password Day? So go into your computer and change your password. And
I'm changing a whole phone company today.
And then there's a stand-up comic named Lachlan Patterson who has a great take on changing your password.
Remember the old days when you used to be able to make up a password and the internet was like, hey, that sounds like a dandy? What do you that first one you thought of? Not just insults you as you're trying to type it? Weak. You're an idiot. Why don't you throw a few numbers in there so you forget it in the morning? Oh, is that what I'm supposed to do? Now I got over 14 passwords floating around the internet. I have no idea what goes with what. After like 6 tries, I'm like, oh, well, guess I'm not banking with Chase anymore.
Mike, that's all I got. Change your passwords, folks.
That's awesome. Hey, listen, Talking Heads, Rob needs them. Contact Rob with 2 B's at MikeO'MaraShow.com if you'd like to be a talking head. Still plenty of tickets available. Not plenty, but a few for our show in New Orleans, Louisiana, the House of Blues on April 15th. So get your tickets then. We got to go. We'll be back with a brand new episode tomorrow for Rob Spiewak and Oscar Santana. Mike O'Mara saying so long, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Want more? Make sure you check out the Mike O'Mara Bonus Show. Get it at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.
Hey, how you doing? Hello.
And I am not going to stand here and see that thing cut open and see that little Kentner boy spill out all over the dock.